Nice.
So I'm not going to deny, yet again I've been put in a bit of an odd position. A quandary, a query, a has taken place, where the meta is still being messed with, but it has been altered again. Now, in this instance, at time of recording on the 23rd of December 2023, Twitch have yet to address this. But that's not to say they won't. No, it's highly likely they're going to have to, because this meta is interesting. I, though, can't show it, which is frustrating. Of course, if you'd like to know more about that, I will make sure that the videos I've done this month on the Twitch thoughts and the new meta are linked in the pinned comment. I will not, for the sake of this video, bother to go through and rehash all the tediousness we've already gone through, although you should still go watch them. They didn't do very well and I need the views. Regardless of the tediousness of it. It, to me, tickled me, because years ago the ASMR Twitch thoughts with the scrunchy booty legging things, yes, the hot tub streams where the thoughts took it to another level. Some of the more recent meta changes were attributed to the likes of Amaranth, who disavowed. We'll get to her though, don't you worry, because there's some money to be made in this. We do like money, apparently. We're just crap at making it. So with the censor bar meta being the last video I made on this subject, I had genuinely believed we wouldn't have to come back. Because why bother? And then others, well, it turns out it started to bleed out onto Twitch, where they realized if you just grease up your chest, even if you got a massive pair of droopy knockers, and there are some videos of that, I can't show any of it. And this is frustrating because I need this to go out on the 23rd, but if I put those videos in this video, it won't go out until the 26th. Thank you, YouTube, for being so sensitive to cleavage. Or the suggested idea that they're not wearing any clothes when they are all proven to be wearing clothes, although there is one person we might have to include, who I believe does take it all off. We'll have to reference him at some point nearer the end. Because of this, I've had to create a tab on a server that I work on called Twitch Thoughts. It's going to be a recurring thing where the thoughts are going to continue to have their little renaissance, which they do every year, and I'm going to have to talk about it because it's hilarious. It really is. Can you tell I'm smiling as I speak? There's the biggest smile on my face, honestly. By the way, if you want to go to Twitch and watch content, gaming content perhaps, I stream them Monday to Friday. I play video games though. Sadly, there is no content of chesticles or implied chesticles. Instead, it is just trucking simulator or fishing simulator. Although I might play some God of War. I might do that. Link to my Twitch in my link tree down below. So some people have taken the censor bar meta and decided this isn't enough. We need to do more with it. And the best way to do it is to take an account that's been multiple times banned, so suspended. One time it was multiple years in fact. Get our account back and make it look like we're actually doing something positive with our career. And you know what? Let's just go ham on it. Promote the new meta that is allowed, because obviously it is. And use it to then link to our Instagrams and obviously our OnlyFoopers. Fibros, failing at adult content. I will not judge the hustle, only point at it and go, it is quite obvious where you're trying to direct traffic. I would love to see the Linktree analytics for clicks, because we all know the first link you're posting on that Linktree is to the OF account. And I have no doubt in my mind, with some form of a temporary discount to make it seem like you're offering something. Now this newer meta with the censor bars has been bleeding out into the just chatting wing of Twitch. A wing where I typically put my simulator video games, because I spend most of the time just talking, because that's what I want to do. I want to talk to you guys. When somebody took the liberty of going to their just chatting, none of the channels were the first ones that popped. No, the just chatting tab was censor bar and implied nudity. The majority of the viewership was that, in fact. I thought there were sites for this already. I remember years ago, there was a TV show on, I think, Channel 4, talking about the cam girls and what they do and how much they can pull in a night. I guess because that market got saturated there, they had to come over to Twitch instead, and the censor bar gives them a titillating advertisement for their content. But there's more. There's more, because I mentioned a creator who had multiple times been banned, Jen Fox, who has been collaborating with others on her and others' streams. And what they do with the censor bar, obviously they can't move because their images are set in place, they would write on them instead 404 error and then the top gifted and then a name. They'd promote people on the censor bars. Obviously, this video is going to become more of a TED Talk, isn't it? Since I can't show it, thank you, YouTube. They are obviously wearing clothes underneath these censor bars. Obviously. I don't know why you're so delicate to this implied aspect, or why the concept of titillating is so haram to you. It should be noted in the case of Jen Fox, they had temporarily been banned as a consequence of this censor bar meta. And in the case of Jen Fox, she has also collaborated with Asian Bunny, who we covered in the first video on this, and Morgpie. So I guess sharing the love. And I can't show that image either. This is frustrating, isn't it? Morgpie end up getting banned yet again, but I'm going to go back a second to a tweet of somebody tweeting about this. A perspective, if you will. Acting like Tommy. I absolutely adore these women, pushing the boundaries day after day. They're modern day versions of Rosa Parks or MLK. I'm more inclined to believe MGK a bitch. Fighting the fight against centuries of women being told their figures are dirty or dangerous or can only be owned by men. Way to go, Jen Fox. Reply, actual people who suffered, endured and overcame so much just to simply be treated as equal. Set the modern standard of what it means to treat your fellow man, regardless of colour, with the same respect you give yourself equals 2 naked chicks on Twitch. What a wild statement. Others also pointing out this is a false equivalence by saying it's not the same thing. Twitch is a platform with a bunch of teens and kids on it. Yeah, kinda weird. Reply from Acting Like Tommy, you probably don't even realise that in 1956 people accused Elvis for being pornographic for thrusting his hips. They said he was a danger to teens because he was shaking his genitalia. There's an assault on every generation that gets tired of the old rules. But the argument of it being a false equivalence is valid, and in this instance, correct. I'm going to insert an anecdote from my life from a guy I know. And yes, you can discard this anecdotal evidence if you wish. Hello, lovely people listening, though. If you made it this far, well done. He, being gay, married to his lovely husband of many, many years. He told me of what it was like for him being gay as a teenager with Catholic parents, how he struggled, and he's in his 60s now. He's been a queen, as he puts it, for most of his life. The fights, the amount of times he got beaten up just for his sexuality. He does not care for a lot of what is now espoused as if it's a new fight that is equal to or on par to what he fought for generations, decades even. And that can be applied here, where that equality aspect isn't really equality. However, we can use this as a wonderful segue in a moment. Because firstly, you have some streamers who are known for being in the adult industry, nothing wrong with that by the way, who are doing POV streams, so up close and very intimate, personal kind of streams, making it seem like you're having a conversation perhaps with somebody who could well be sat on your lap, and nothing else at all. This is ad-friendly, YouTube, don't try me. Tweeted by Hunter, birth POV Twitch meta is crazy. Included is an image of a streamer called The Dan Dangler, one word. The thumbnail has it look like they're sat on your lap while they are not wearing any. That's what it looks like, and at that point their stream had 11,000 viewers. Earlier I mentioned how Amaranth shaded those who threw her under the bus or attributed their success to her leading the way, the trailblazer that she is. Well, Amaranth has taken the censor bar meta and decided, I have a better idea. I'm going to make some censor bars out of black card and wear them instead. Not even a joke. I will link a tweet down below. With Amaranth, her streams also on the screen flash OnlyFans, which makes no sense to me, to be honest, at this point. Virtually all of that is a Google image search away. I'm not trying to say don't pay, be a good simp if you want to. But for most of these individuals, a lot of their content, even though it's not really right because it's copyright protected, is a Google image search away if you're that desperate. But of course, they should be rewarded for their work, their graft, their grind. Not long after Amaranth threw herself into this newer meta, Morgpie yet again got banned. Not even a joke. These are pathetic and they're embarrassing for Twitch, because they don't last long, and people always find a way around it. Loopholes are always found. It's like people not paying their taxes. If a loophole can be found and exploited, it will be found and it will be exploited. That is the nature of humanity. In the case of Jen Fox, in the case of Amaranth, a lot of these streams they're doing are happening on Kick instead. That is the way of getting away with the newer meta, because it's a very different platform. So Jen Fox's collaboration with the likes of Asian Bunny and Morkpie can go over there because their rules are not the same. The same with Amaranth, I believe, which is why OnlyFans could be promoted on the screen. But she is also still streaming, I believe, to Twitch as well, which does confuse me a little because I thought she was making more money on Kick unless she's doing a restream, which I think there are rules about that as well, as in dual streaming to both Kick and to Twitch. Although, according to a Dexter2 article, she is signed to a non-exclusive contract. So if she is banned from Twitch for these streams, it wouldn't matter. Not that that matters either, because on her Only Failed as an Adult Actress, she makes $1 million a month. And all credit to Amaranth, because she has managed to make this incredibly lucrative and successful. I will not hate her for that. I would love to make what she makes in 1 month, just once. I have said this multiple times, if I had $1 million, I'd disappear. Because I wouldn't need to work, my cost of living is much lower. I would just leave, because I don't have a reason to carry on. Although I do like making content, I will admit. I probably spend more time playing my guitar, one of them, a lot. Amaranth, I know you've listened to my content in the past, because I've defended you for certain things, which people are now giving you crap for. If you just want to, I don't know, give money, you should consider it charity. Yeah. I take that back. You can buy things off my wish list, though. I'll accept that. All the whiskey. Thank you. Now, just before I move on to the segue aspect of this, because I've left it to last on purpose, Optimus retweeted Dexter2 talking about the Amaranth physical sensor bars by saying, remember though, her ex-husband was the one forcing her to do all this stuff for the finances. She was being sexualized against her will and she didn't even want to make this kind of content to begin with. Reply, I'll be honest, after I saw everything from her and the pictures that were posted, I felt for her and hoped she would stop this, be a normal streamer and happy. Now she's just tripling down at being an object. No respect for her. Reply, I'd respect her doing what she's doing now a lot more if she didn't lie about it and just say, yeah, I like showing my body off for money and attention. I'm not going to comment on this aspect because opinions are going to be different. I saw Keemstar had said something as well about this because he does not believe anything that Amaranth had said about what had happened between her and her ex-husband. Not going to be drawn in on it, just putting it out there are dissenting opinions. Now to the segue. In the adult industry or adult content or this meta, typically, you'd expect it just to be women doing this, right? No, it turns out some guys are doing it as well, and they're doing all right. Yes, there are guys getting in on the meta by wearing tidy-whities, essentially, but of course putting a sensor bar in one instance across their chest, and one guy having his wife literally walk into the room to bollock him for this meta.
I'm sorry, I was just playing around.
But that's not the only person doing this. No, there's another one. A certain 2988 someone. A lolcow from the lolcow live. A guy whose expenses are so vast that he does not have enough coming in to match the outgoings. I am speaking of the legend that is the Boogie 2988, who during a stream, I could have sworn he took it all off. And I can't show it because, again, YouTube. But I'll link a tweet down below of a video where I think it's Drama Alert that tweeted it. He stands up, slaps his belly, stretches his arms, wiggles his bingo wings, and I almost could have sworn he took off his pants as well. But it was low enough down and hidden by his multiple belly thing, and I'm not shaming him for that. It was something in the documentary that he promoted. He has a double fat fold thing down lower, so you wouldn't have seen anything anyway. But he, for some odd reason, decided to partake in this. There isn't as much money in this industry for the guys as there is girls, because there aren't as many simps that are female for men, right? However, if the girls can get away with it, why can't the guys? I don't agree with this kind of crap at all on Twitch. I really don't. I don't care for it. I'm not going to go out of my way to ban it because I think that's down to the court of public opinion and I'm just a simulator gamer. And Assassin's Creed on Kick. Beyond that though, I am going to refrain from inserting too much of an opinion because when Twitch changed their TOS, people found a way around it and threw it back in their face. So what can Twitch actually accomplish with this? The answer is absolutely sod all. When more and more people start to question how Amazon haven't yeeted Twitch yet, this becomes a really important talking point because money Honestly, money talks, and Twitch love it. They need it because they don't make a profit, even when they conned all their partners out of that 20% they should have gotten, before they rendered the entire point of pushing for partner moot. As a final thing, I'm doing a stream here tonight. One more stream on the main channel for this year. Hope to see you there. If I don't, I do hope you have a wonderful Christmas. There will be videos out tomorrow, so the 24th, and on the 25th in fact, but I won't be doing anything. I'm going to go play video games and relax. Hope to see you there tonight. If not, enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Moistmas, Sithmas, Festivus! All of the above, none of the above. Whichever you prefer, alcoholism, of course, is a guarantee. Ta-ta, everyone.